the Boston Celtics have been historically good this season, and nobody's talking about how good they've actually been. Obviously, they sit 15 games ahead of the Milwaukee Bucks for first place in the Eastern Conference and have been an incredibly good team in terms of wins and losses, but it's also about how they've been winning their games that is so incredibly impressive. They sit with a plus 11.6 point differential throughout the first 78 games of the season. And to put that in perspective, the 2016-2017 Golden State Warriors with Steph Curry and KD had the exact same point differential as them this season. And that is an insane mark to consider that the Boston Celtics this year are on pace with the 2016-17 Warriors. And while they don't necessarily have the same incredible record that the Warriors did, they still sit at a 795 win percentage, which is over 100 points better than anybody else in the entire league. Second place in the whole league is at 54-24, and that's a tie between the Denver Nuggets and Minnesota Timberwolves. And nobody is stopping this team in the Eastern Conference, as I don't think that there's as complete of a team in at least the Eastern Conference, if not the entire league, as the Boston Celtics. If you look at their lineup from number 1 through number 8, all of these players can score the ball, and a majority of them are all defensive candidates throughout their careers. Jason Tatum is obviously the leading scorer with 27 points a game, and Jaylen Brown has been his sidekick for the past 5 to 6 years with 23.3 points per game. But the difference that this team has compared to years prior is the amount of depth that they have. Last year, they came up one game short of going to back-to-back NBA Finals, but going into this season, they added Kristaps Porzingis and Jrue Holiday, who have been incredible additions to this team. Kristaps Porzingis is leading the team in blocks with 1.9 and averaging 20 points a game as well, with 7 rebounds a game as well. So Kristaps Porzingis has been a huge addition to this team and gives them the center depth that they needed alongside Al Horford. And Jrue Holiday is averaging 12.5 points, 5.4 rebounds, and 5 assists a game while providing all NBA type defense and providing a backbone for this team on the wing alongside Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum defensively. Derek White is also another key part of this team, averaging 15 points a game and 5 assists, and he is another player that has been an all-defensive type player throughout his career, and that doesn't even factor in the depth scoring that the Celtics have in Peyton Pritchard, Sam Hauser, and Al Horford, who are all averaging north of 8.5 points a game, which may not seem like a lot, but outside of that top 5 that I already mentioned, they need scoring that can come in and just give you a short burst off the bench like a Peyton Pritchard or a Sam Hauser, who have repeatedly throughout the season put up 20-point games alongside Jason Tatum's 30 or Jaylen Brown's 25 a game, night in and night out. This team has it all. And if you look at the Eastern Conference, if you look at Milwaukee, if you look at New York, if you look at Cleveland, nobody has the 1 through 5 talent that Boston has. They have 5 players that on any given night could drop 25 plus points. And you also have that superstar that you need in the playoffs in Jason Tatum, who's also one of the best two-way players in the entire league. Jason Tatum has one of the deepest bags in the NBA and has consistently been snubbed for MVP talks because of how good his team is. But this guy in Boston has been incredibly good for the past 5 to 6 years, and Jason Tatum is the superstar that the Celtics need going into the playoff run. And if I'm being very honest, going into this year, I actually have more faith in Jason Tatum in a playoff series than I do in Giannis, just because of Jason Tatum's shooting ability and the fact that he has showed up in the playoffs the last couple of years more so than Giannis Antetokounmpo. But major media outlets like an ESPN or any of these other major media outlets will tell you that Giannis is incredibly good in the playoffs. And I'm not trying to discredit Giannis. He's an incredible player with a lot to offer in terms of skill and in the playoffs. But Jason Tatum has been underrated for so long. And I think that this is the year that they finally break through and win an NBA title. They're having a historic season in terms of point differential, in terms of how good their core has been. And this team has only gotten deeper since last year and the year before, where they went to back-to-back Eastern Conference Finals appearances and made an NBA Finals appearance before they lost to Golden State in 2022. Let me know what you think in the comments down below, but I really do think that this is a championship level team and they should roll through the Eastern Conference bracket. God bless you all. I hope you have an amazing day. Make sure to subscribe to the channel to get more basketball takes and content. God bless.